Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I know you guys are used to seeing workout videos. However, I do cook. And today for dinner, we are actually having oxtails. And just because you're on a weight loss journey doesn't mean you can't eat whatever you want. It is in moderation, and that's what we're doing. I was craving oxtails, and that's what I want. But let me just tell you, oxtails is not cheap. Not cheap at all. Look at that. What was it? $43.71. Highway robbery for this bag. The one thing I will do, and I usually don't do, I do trim a little bit of the fat from oxtails when I normally make them. But today I'm trimming mostly all the fat because I don't want that oil. I don't want a lot of that oil. So this is going to take a while, and then I'm going to wash them, and then we're going to sear them, and then we're going to put them in the oven. I was going to put them in a crock pot, but my husband said put them in the oven. I said okay, before it gets too hot in here. I mean, I don't want to, I can turn the air up, but I don't want to. Electricity is extremely high. So I'm going to go ahead and trim these, and then you're going to see my trim, and we'll come back. So as you see, I have cut most of all the fat and trimmed it. That's a lot of fat. I never cut that much, but I'm trying to eat lean. So now it's time to wash my oxtails. I'm just going to sprinkle them with some white vinegar. All that slimy stuff if there's any, but there's not because I trimmed everything. And we are washing. Oxtails are so good, so good. But with the oil, sometimes my stomach hurts. So that's good to trim. If your stomach gets upset from beef, make sure you have lean beef or trim it as best you can. And that's what I'm doing, or did. And it's just the two of us, so this is enough for us. I hope it fits in the pan that I have prepared for it. My hands and soak in water. So now we're going to put it in a bowl, but I'm gonna put some gloves on. I have to make sure my hands are dry because the gloves will be so hard to put on. Right back. Okay, so now we're going to put these in a bowl so that I can season them. So now we're going to season, and I use all kinds of seasoning. I don't always use the same seasonings. I mix it up, But today, I wanted a little spicy, so I'm going to use some masala, or however you call it. I'm just using 1 pack because I like spice. My husband does sometimes, but not always. I love this jollof rice seasoning. It has a kick, nice kick. So I'm going to use a little bit of this. This is garlic powder. And if you ain't sneezing, it ain't seasoned. Hang on. It didn't come out, but it will. Ooh, excuse me. I love Kinder's steak seasoning. Not much in here. Onion powder. And seasonal. I don't have any problem with my blood pressure. My blood pressure is good. My blood work is good. So I don't have any issues with seasoning. So I use whatever seasoning. When you're on a weight loss journey, I know a lot of seasoning some people can't have, but I never skip on my seasoning. Oh, I gotta sneeze again. I'm gonna get all this coated because I'm going to sear it and then put it in the pan to the right of me. But I want to make sure every side is coated. Everything has seasoning on it. And even the cracks, I'm going to get all the cracks. I want to make sure everything is seasoned. And yes, we're going to have a gravy. We have to have a gravy because Oxtails has to have some sort of gravy. But I'm gonna make it a healthy version of a gravy. And the healthy version is not a lot of oil. Not a lot of oil. All right, so I'm gonna get the gloves off, get my tongs, and show you how I sear. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of avocado oil to the pan. The pan is heating up. We have to have a sear. So that's about 2 tablespoons. I measure with my heart. So we want to get that heated up. And this is new. This tabletop electric heater is new. I'm wondering how it's going to work. So we're going to get this all seared up. Oops. Make sure that cord is not touching the flame or the burner. But we just want to coat the pan. And let me know if this is too long of a video. I'll try and shorten it the next time I make some food. Again, I'm all new at this. If you guys could please subscribe to my channel, it's free, doesn't cost a thing. I'm just having fun. At 57 years old, I'm having fun. Hubby and I are the only ones here. And all the kids are gone. And my husband is legally blind, completely blind. So I just want to see if this, I don't know how this, nope, it's not hot. Maybe if I turn it all the way up. Let's see. All right, I'll be back when it heats up. Okay, so pan is heating up. We're going to get these in. We're going to sear them on all sides. Turn this around and hold on to that handle. We don't want to overcrowd it. We're just going to do, you know, so many batches at a time. Oh, the aroma. So I cut up some peppers and some onions. These are going to go into the pan. And I'm hoping and praying that this size pan is big enough. Not sure. I love this pan. You guys remember these. We used to get them at weddings. When you were getting married, a lot of people bought the sets. Well, I got this from my stepmom, and I love it. You know what? I gotta wash this. I got a piece of hair in it. He wear it back, and I don't do hair. I don't care if it's mine or not. Hold on. All right. My pan is clean, re-sprayed, and everything's all is good. I don't wear a net when I'm cooking for myself and my family. But if I'm cooking for others, I do wear a hairnet and gloves. But I still don't want my hair inside my food. I'm sorry. It's not going to do that. So we just want to get a little brown color on these. So maybe like 2 minutes each side. And flip them. So once I get all this, these seared, I'll come back and show you how I put it together and put it in the oven. Then I'm going to make some corn on the cob. This is going to be a weird concoction because my husband wanted succotash, but I want corn on the cob, so we compromised. I'm going to make him lima beans, and he's also going to eat corn on the cob. So I got some fresh corn on the cob. I'm also going to saute some cabbage. I usually say fried cabbage, but because I'm trying to eat healthy, I use absolutely no butter, no oil, no nothing. I'll show you how I do that, and the taste is so amazing because it's all about seasoning. That's what it is. It's all about seasoning. You don't need butter. You don't need oil. And he absolutely loves it. So I'm going to come back once that's done, and also I'm going to make rice because you have to have rice with oxtails because it's a gravy. But I'm not going to have rice. I'm going to have cauliflower rice. So I'll be right back once this is done. Okay, so I got everything seared, and now I'm going to add, and I put the onions and peppers on the bottom. I re-seasoned the onions and peppers, and now I'm going to use some browning seasoning and some water. So, just going to, I've never used this, and I heard it's good. Let me taste this first. All right, I'll put my little finger in there. Oops. Doesn't have any taste. Just going to use a little. All right. So, pour. And I want to cover it as much as I can. Oops. And see, I think I was able to get everything in here. So, you know what? Let me put a little bit of more water in. Just a little bit more. Because once those peppers and onions soften, it's going to sink down. So, all right. So, wash my hands. Get my lid. Now, I really want to cover this. I have my oven preheated at 300 degrees. You want these to slow cook. You don't want to cook them fast. You want them to be as tender as possible, where they fall off the bone. So, I'm going to cover this with foil. And to seal the deal, I'm going to put the lid on it. So, I'm going to put this in the oven, and then once I start making the cabbage and things like that, because this is going to take about 4 hours to cook, 4 to 5 hours to cook. So, and it is, what time is it? It's a little bit after 10 a.m. So, it takes a while. Alright, see you in a little bit. So guys, look at all that juice, nice and brown, very tender, almost tender. It's not like falling off the bone. So what I'm going to do is now, it has 1 more hour to cook. I am going to thicken it. I'm going to thicken with some cornstarch. I used 2 tablespoons of cornstarch with some cold water. I didn't measure the water. So I'm going to pour it in here, and then I'm going to, and I might need to put some more, but I'm going to see, but I'm going to put this back in the oven. I might need a little bit more because I want it thicker than that. See, that needs to be a little bit more. Let me put some more cornstarch in here. And you have to thicken it to your liking. And you have to use, when you're using cornstarch, you have to have cold water. You can't have hot water. It'll make it thick. Sometimes I tend to put too much and it gets real thick, and I don't want it to get real thick. And cornstarch is lower in calories than flour. I don't suggest using flour if you're trying to watch what you're eating. So now I'm going to put this back in the oven for another hour, and it's going to be ready. And then I'll come back and let you see the finished product. But in the meantime, before I come back with that, I am going to go into my cabbage. I'm going to be making my cabbage. So give me a second so I can put this in the oven. Okay, so remember I told you that I'm trying to make this the healthy sauteed cabbage, as opposed to you know, the oils, the butter, the bacon, all that kind of good stuff. It's all about the seasoning. Here I have my corn on the cob steaming. I have, oh, that's hot. I have my husband's lima beans in there, and all it is water and a little bit of seasoning, and he's good. So here is how I reduce the calories, because every female loves, or any person loves bacon and the bacon grease. But sometimes I do it the healthy style, and this is what I'm going to do. This is just water. And all I'm going to do to get it started is coat the bottom with water. That's it. I'm going to add in some onion powder, some garlic powder. Have you noticed I didn't use any salt or pepper? I have enough seasoning that has salt and pepper in it, and I'm not a salt person. This is season all. I'm just going to add a little bit on the bottom here. I hope this pan's big enough, but you know, cabbage shrinks down, so I hope this pot is big enough. I have my onions and peppers here. So this is starting to boil. I have it on high heat. I already washed, cut up, washed, and drained my cabbage. So we're going to add it in. And you know, cabbage produces water itself. So I add a little bit at a time, because again, it's all about seasoning if you want it to taste right. So I'm going to add some more seasoning. Add some more in here. And as that water steams out, I add a little bit more at a time. Now, I got to get its lid. Let me get the lid. So we just keep adding so we can get everything in. Yeah, you're going to lose some on the stove. That's okay. You got a lot to clean up anyway. Very small kitchen. Add a little bit more seasoning. Seasonal has basically everything in it. It has salt, spices, including chili pepper, black pepper, celery seed, I can't pronounce that, paprika. It has basically everything you need. So now I'm gonna let this steam down so I can add the others, so that I can get the remaining ingredients in. And sweep my flour. I'm going to add the onions in on the top. I usually put a little bit more than this, but this is good. This is good. But we just want to shrink these down. So this is on number 8, almost high heat. It is high heat actually. And that's going to steam so it can shrink down. While that is shrinking down, I'm going to wash some brown rice. Get that all washed up. You can see it. this rice all clean. Anytime you cook rice, you should always wash rice. Never just put it in the pan. I have a rice cooker, and I can actually, on my rice cooker, I can actually select brown rice. Because brown rice takes longer than white rice. Alright. Get that all in there. Alright. Now I'm going to drain it. And for every 1 cup of brown rice, you're going to use 1.5 cups of water. So I have 2 cups in here, so I'm going to use a little less than 3 cups. So I have my cooker over here. You can't see me, so I'm going to start this. Maybe. Okay. I can't put this in. Yeah, look. I got a new plug, and it's not allowed. All right, I don't know what happened, but the new GFI I got put in that wall is not allowing me to put a certain prong in there. So I just called the guy that does all my maintenance stuff, and he's going to come take a look at it. But in the meantime, I put it in another socket. You know, it's always something. And while we're doing this, I added more cabbage, and I added the onions and peppers. I still have a few more pieces in there. And I'm just putting just a little bit of seasoning each time. I am going to add some black pepper. And I just want this to come to reduce. And let's just talk for a minute about home ownership. It is not everybody's dream. Trust me. Well, put it this way. I dreamt about owning a home. And I've been in this home for almost 27 years. But let me just tell you, I'm over it. I am so over it. I was talking to my sister, and I said to her, I want to sell and move into an apartment. Yeah, granted, the apartments are expensive now. And she's like, well, you gotta pay all that money and times it by 12. And I'm like, you know, I do, but the upkeep is what is driving me crazy, and I'm over it. You know, out in the back, we have a full deck going all the way around, and then the pool. The pool is built inside the deck. That whole deck is now trying to come apart. It needs some attention. So I have somebody coming out on July 1st. And I can't, my refrigerator went out. My dryer went out. Everything is happening at once. And our money ain't getting any bigger. You know, I work every day, Monday through Friday. I even work overtime. But boy, it's hard. It's so hard keeping up with everything. So anyway, you see how the lid is, I just had to let you guys know that. You see how the lid is closed? Look, now, it wasn't before. That's because the cabbage shrinks. It reduces. So, we're going to get this in, get this sauteed. And I haven't added any more water yet. I don't think I need to, but we'll see. We'll see. We might. Don't know. So And then I don't like my cabbage mushy, so I tend to turn it off right before just before it's almost tender. That way I let the heat finish cooking, or let the cabbage finish cooking over the heat. That's just my preference, because this is leftovers. So you're going to heat it up again, and then you're going to make, if it's mushy, you're going to make it even more mushier. That's my thought. So, then we're going to do, did you see that? You didn't see that. We're going to do a taste test to make sure the seasoning's right. I can tell you, I am a seasonal girl, but I did venture out. Like I said, I love the jollof rice seasoning. I love the Kinder's seasoning. I just started using that probably a few months ago. The steakhouse seasoning is amazing. The butter garlic herb seasoning is also amazing. I love this on chicken and pork chops. Very, very good. So I'm venturing out, because I used to just use seasonal garlic powder, onion powder, you know, the normal stuff. So, and I love this Marsalis. Where did I put that? Here. If you like spicy, I do. I like spicy. I love to put this in when I want to make something spicy. And that broth is spicy. So I like it. The oxtail broth is spicy. So we're going to get this cooked down. Then we're going to show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay guys, here's the cabbage. And it's done to my liking. And let's give it a taste test to see if it's correct. That's good. That's good. Doesn't need any more seasoning. It's perfectly seasoned. It's done. It still has that little bit of crunch to it. So now all we're waiting for is the rice to get done. And once the rice is done, we'll plate it up and we will be back. Okay, family. The meal is done. Rice is done. I'm going to show you. Brown rice. Nice and fluffy. Not sticky. Alright, so I'm going to fix my husband's plate, because I still have to make my cauliflower rice, which is sticking it in the microwave. It's frozen. And that's it. So, I'm going to do some rice. You know what? Instead of a paper plate, I'm going to give him actually a plate. I'll keep this for me. We have corn on the cob. We have some delicious cabbage. See, when I fix my plate, I measure everything. What I'm going to do before I put the meat on, spray his corn. And put his pepper on. because it's not hot. We are going to put his oxtails. And of course, we can't forget the juice to put on the rice. There you have it, guys. A delicious Sunday meal. Oxtails, cabbage, rice, and corn on the cob. You know what, guys? I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I forgot his lima beans. I'm going to add them in here. I forgot his lima beans. And my husband will eat all this. So here we go. Got the rice, oxtails, corn on the cob, and cabbage. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts. And if you want the recipe, feel free to comment and let me know, and I'll post it in the description. Have a great evening, guys, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.